Welcome everybody to this week's edition of Valpo Football Preview, as we're brought to you by the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority, along with head coach Dave Cicchini. This is Todd Eichow, and well, a great way to end the season. 2 wins in the last 3 ball games, including a really impressive victory at home on Saturday against Davidson. You have to feel good about the way this season concluded.
Yeah, we do. We feel very satisfied. We seem to get better as the season went on, which is obviously your goal, to continue to improve. And we felt like we hit our stride, certainly in that Butler game, and playing San Diego as tough as we did. And then to finish up at home against Davidson with a big win, getting all of our seniors into the game, and really a great way to finish up the season and send them out with a W. It's a special feeling.
Talk about seniors in a final game, and Ben Lehman played maybe the best game of his career in his final game, and it was a game where you really needed a good quarterback to play under difficult conditions, and he really came through for you.
He did. He did. We had, you're absolutely right. The weather, was windy and the rain. It seemed to only be raining when we were on offense, but I know that wasn't true. But it was starting and stopping, and our running game was a little bogged down, not working as well certainly in the first half as we thought it would. We thought we could go out there and establish the run, and Ben just kept stepping up. Every time we were asking him to make the right read, he was getting to the right guy, and completed close to 80% of his passes on the day. No interceptions, which was huge, and stepped up, had a really nice scramble on a 3rd down, led us, which I think was probably the turning point in the game, with about 37 seconds left to go in the half. Led us on a great drive to get the field goal to finish things off as time expired, and that really enabled us, when we did come out in the second half and scored the opening drive, to open up a lead.
When you look back at the game, maybe the last 2 minutes of the half were the most important 2 minutes of the game, because they had a guy open on a 4th down play, and John Guilford comes up, knocks the ball away. So instead of them having a 1st down deep in your end, you turn it over on downs, and in 40 seconds you come down and you get a field goal. Could have been maybe a 10-point swing going into halftime.
Yeah, and I think that just the boost to morale, and guys, at halftime we talked about it. If we can take this opening kick, the second half kick, and march down the field and stick it in the end zone, it's a 2-score game, and that's a big difference from what things were just a couple minutes prior.
All right, let's look back at where you were at the beginning of the year, and then how things changed so much by the end of the year, where the team looked just completely different. And you look at the Marist game, you look at the St. Joe game, and then you look at how you played over the last 3, 4, 5 weeks. How did you do it? The turnaround was incredible.
Well, yeah, it's a combination of a number of factors. It starts with our seniors. Did really a great job. They bought into things. It's a different offense. It's a different defense. It's a different philosophy. And guys just sticking with it. And everybody always kind of looks to the seniors to set the tone and to set the example. And these guys bought into it. And they kept plugging away. They kept working. And while that was going on, these younger players, these talented guys like Jared Morgan and Tristan De La Rosa and Frank Catrine, and they just continued to get better and more comfortable in the schemes, more comfortable to the speed of Division I college football. And we just kind of started to hit our stride. Those younger guys started believing in themselves. The seniors started understanding and figuring out the system, and we played better and better, as each week went by.
As people have talked about for a number of years, if you could just start to turn the corner, there'd be that snowball effect. It would help recruiting. It would help morale. It would help the campus excitement. Have you seen that?
I think so. And we're going to hit the road recruiting trail, hit it on Monday, and I think we're going to be looking at finding a big class, looking for some outstanding student athletes, gifted in the classroom, gifted on the football field, and hopefully the success that we had this season, and particularly at the end of the year, guys can see, hey, these guys have turned the corner. Hopefully they come here and see the upgraded facilities that we have, the brand new weight room that we were able to raise money, with some generous gifts from our alumni, and they'll see that in place now. And the way I like to phrase it is, we're not really selling a dream or a vision that we as coaches have for the future of this program. A lot of those pieces are now here. They're in place. They're tangible. They can walk into that weight room and see that. They can talk to our players about the success that we had on the field, and hopefully that gives us a big edge.
I'm sure you've already started thinking about next year. That would be natural for any coach. And the big question would be quarterback. You That's the most important position, maybe in any sport, is the quarterback of a football team, and you lose a senior starting quarterback this year. Not much experience coming back. What is your thoughts on the quarterback position for next year?
Well, we're going to miss Ben. Ben did such a great job of improving himself as things went on, and I was so glad to see him finish the season up the way that he did. We're going to miss him. We've got a number of young players who have outstanding potential. You know, guys starting really with Scott Stahl, who played some this year at the beginning of the year, and he's an outstanding, intelligent quarterback with a strong arm. We do have a number of freshmen coming back. I think you have to start with talking about Ryan Clark, who did a great job as a long snapper this year, but also played some at the quarterback position, and he's talented. Dalton Stokes, who redshirted this year, is a very mobile quarterback, very headsy kid who can scramble and make plays and be a threat running with the football. And I think we'll be going out and looking at bringing in one or two incoming freshmen to help compete in the fall as well. It's an exciting situation. You like it as a coach. You like, we're really looking forward to this spring, getting after it, and particularly now that everybody's been exposed to what we're doing and they've bought into it. We don't have to start out the first spring practice saying, hey, here's our base plays, here's what we call this play or this coverage or this front. So we're going to be able to hit it at a much accelerated pace, and so it's a great time to just kind of open things up and see which quarterback rises to the top.
If Ryan Clark is your starting quarterback, does that mean he will not be your starting long snapper next year?
Absolutely.
That would be an unusual combination.
That would be tough, but we would have to go out and find ourselves another long snapper.
All right. One other thing we've got to talk about. As the year went on, you got Jarrett Morgan the ball more and more and more, and you talk about trying to increase excitement around the program with the community, with students. A player like that could really ignite a program from the standpoint of excitement.
Sure.
And you've got him for 3 more years. I'm sure one thing you'll be working on in the offseason is ways to get him the football, because he is electric out there.
No question. He is, if you look at the number of times that the ball was in his hands and the percentage of times that those turned into really electric, exciting plays, it was unbelievable. He's a very talented player. He'll get more comfortable with the offense. This spring is going to be outstanding for him, and we are going to continue to find ways to get the ball in his hand as much as possible. Currently, he's leading the country right now at the Division I FCS level in terms of kick returns. Now they still keep those statistics into the playoffs now, so it's not finalized, but as of right now, he's number 1.
It's been an exciting year. It's been a great turnaround. I think everybody's looking forward to next year. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks, Todd.
For Head Coach Dave Cicchini, this is Todd Eichow. Thanks for joining us today on Valpo Football Preview, brought to you by the South Shore Convention and Visitors Authority.